No.
Shut up and give me my whiskey. 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 And a handy. Whiskey and a handy.
All right.
So
Let's do it.
We are Whiskey in a Hammock.
That's right.
I'm Eric,
I'm Chris.
and today you are going to learn about Hillrock out of Ancram, New York.
Yes. And it is a bourbon, and that's Solera barrel aged.
Solera barrel aged. So what we have learned so far about Solera, I didn't know. Clearly, I knew Solera barrel was a thing
Right.
because we learned from Chattanooga Whiskey
Right.
that they have a 4,000-gallon Solera barrel.
Right. That's
Which
Eric wants to swim in.
Which I really want to swim in. Who wouldn't
blame
want to
him.
swim in a 4,000-gallon Solera barrel?
Yeah, I would.
Which I honestly thought until I read this was the Solera process.
Ah, right.
Not starting in one barrel and then moving that to another, and never ever really finishing or emptying a bottle or a barrel of
right. Yeah, so a
bourbon.
barrel never gets totally empty
Right.
in the Solera process.
the founders,
The founders of Hillrock.
the head honchos.
Right. So it was who? Jeffery
It was-
Baker?
and Cathy Franklin. Yep, who are married. Cathy and
Right.
and
And Jeffrey?
Jeffrey are married.
Yep.
And they decided, in 2011, I'm assuming before 2011, they wanted to start their own distillery, and in the Hudson Valley
Yes.
area of New York, which is like 2 hours north of New York City.
Yeah. So it's like right in the middle between Albany and New York City. That's
Yeah.
where Ancram is.
Yep. It looks like a beautiful part of New York.
Well, okay, now the great thing is that, the house that sits at 1806, right? So on the bottom.
1806, a Georgian
Yes.
Georgian house
You know, that was actually moved there. They moved the house piece by
from
piece.
Georgia.
No, from a different part of New York to the Hudson Valley.
And the guy that originally owned this house was a Civil War, like admiral or general or something, wasn't he?
Well, and he was a grain merchant of all things.
Grain merchant.
So yes.
That's a big thing in that time frame. Was New York was huge on. They were like the leading producers of rye and barley for the country.
Yes, in the 1800s they were the breadbasket for the country.
For the country.
Yes,
in
they
that
produced
part of New York.
half of all the barley and rye for the country.
That's a crap load of barley and rye.
And you could at that time there was a bevy of distillers.
Bevy?
A bevy.
A bevy. Yeah, there's and then Prohibition happened.
Prohibition
Smashed
happened,
it all.
and smashed all of it. Jeff got together with Cathy, and then there's we need somebody out there that wants to. You want to do something different.
Yeah.
So
And who other than to
Then-
call at the time than the legendary R.I.P. Dave Pickerell.
right.
Like that guy has started and been a part of so many distilleries
Yes.
and whiskeys that we've done.
Right. Got to start at Maker's Mark. Moved on with Whistle Pig.
Yeah. And countless of like craft distilleries and things like that.
Whiskey Acres.
Whiskey Acres.
Whiskey
yeah,
Acres,
Illinois, right?
We find out
Yep.
that he was there too, helping them out.
Guy was
The Johnny Appleseed of whiskey.
the Johnny Appleseed of whiskey. The guy's a legend. First company to do
First
Solera.
company, yes,
Whiskey
first company
to do
in
Solera.
America to do the Solera process on whiskey.
Right.
And they're basically it's like, hey, let's do this upright. You can run it how you want to run it, and that's when that's
Go
what
for
came
it.
out with Hillrock. So
Yeah.
that's
The bottle here is super cool too. It's heavy. Like this is a heavy bottle. And as I was watching, I did a virtual tour of their distillery, and Jeffrey was talking about how he kind of made the bottle the way the bottle is, so that you can put it on the shelf and make it look like a book, and so you can have all sorts of these bottles, and it says what it is on the side, so it's almost like the title,
Mhm.
and you can just stack them up on your shelf and make it work like that. Super
Right.
cool bottle, heavy bottle.
well, it's the same thing. Talking about the bottles, it almost reminds me of a horse soldier because this is custom made,
Yep.
right? So, like you said, has a thick bottom. And that you said what 1 out of 2 places can actually make this bottle because the way
It's
how thick it is.
Yeah, they're like
Handmade, hand turned to make sure that it doesn't get lopsided, and you can see bottle, the label, and even on the back it has
Embossed,
embossed in glass, the logo. So
A couple signatures back there.
yeah, So yeah. So why don't we crack it
You
open?
want to give it a go?
Yes.
And then what? And she's pouring. What's the mash bill?
The mash bill is the 63% corn and 37% rye.
37% right. So it should have a little that spicy note to it, right? The cool thing about this too is that on the virtual tour that I did, I think it's kind of like, I think Jameson does this too, where they dump their barley on the ground in a controlled room,
Well,
and then they like rake it.
oh, Jameson, yeah.
Yep, to make it
Floor malting. So,
floor malting. That's what it's called.
So floor malting. So they, from what they know, they're the first people in, in America to do floor malting. And
It's a really cool process. I wouldn't want to be the rake guy.
Well, it depends. I mean, it's not that bad to go, walk around the room.
You don't get this weight by doing anything that has to do with working out or anything like that. It's got good thick legs to it, huh?
Yeah.
What's your first instinct on the nose? It's not as alcohol-y as others that we've
Well, I mean, it's what 92.6 proof,
So what's that?
46.3%
46.3?
ABV.
Ooh, it does punch you a little bit.
Well, it's funny. It's you don't, just on the top of the glass, you can.
The nose is it has the obvious tone, the obvious
Sweet
caramely
caramel,
sweet
yeah, right
kinda
off the
thing.
nose. But there's that underlying smell. I can smell the underlying spice.
Yeah, it has that rye spice to it almost. But it's got, I almost get a, like others we've done, like a caramely, apple pie, cinnamony, nutmeggy kind of thing.
And save 5 gallons out of each one, put into the next tier, and then there's 3 tiers, and then the last one, it gets finished in a Oloroso, sherry cask.
And what is Oloroso the brand of sherry? Or is
Yes,
Oloroso
from Spain.
Okay, right. And they do like Pinot barrels too, don't they? Or did I read that wrong?
Oh
Or
no,
hear that wrong?
nope, no. They finished in a few other kind of barrels. Also, they finished in the Napa Cabernet barrel, Pinot Noir barrel, a Sauterne, and cognac.
What was the third one?
Sauterne.
Sauterne?
S-A-U-T.
Like Soul Plane, but
Nope.
Sauterne?
S-A-U-T-E-R-N-E-S. French.
Oh.
So
Oh.
it's Sauterne.
France.
France from France.
From
Yes.
France. I can't stop nosing this, dude. I want air freshener of this.
No, it has a really good nose.
I'm gonna give it a go. You wanna give it a
You
go?
ready? Yeah, let's do it.
Weird. Not weird, bad. Weird. Oh, there it is. I had no initial. Whew. She burns on the way down. But it was weird because there was no initial alcohol burn or anything. And then it finished hard. Not hard. Finished strong.
Yeah, do you feel more alcohol on the finish, right?
Yeah,
So,
and
so
on
it
the
starts
way
off
down.
smooth.
Mm-hmm. It's clean though. Like it was super clean on the initially. Finished with some bite, but it was
Oh, yeah.
it was good though. Taste is complex to me. I don't know if I've tasted. Well, to be honest, this is our first Glencairn, our review with a Glencairn.
That's right. Since our glass review.
Yeah, since our glass review. So maybe it just seems more complex because we're using the right glasses.
Right.
I don't know. What do you get? I don't know what I get. There's kind of a
Well, I mean, with it being like 37% rye, I don't get a huge rye, hit. And I wonder if that's because of the.
but it's like a dull spice, right? Like you can definitely tell there's rye in there, but it's not.
Well, I wonder if
Heavy.
putting it in the sherry glass, does that flatten it out some, so you don't, so it's not that hard hitting rye.
It's weird too because I get more of a taste on the back of my tongue than I do anywhere else. Like, and it's not very thick either, like other ones that we've had.
Right. No.
Like the viscosity of it's not heavy. It's good color and everything though. I
No.
don't know what it tastes like. I don't know. Maybe
You
it's
got-
like the others that really open up once you put a little dab of water or ice in there.
All right.
I definitely got the alcohol-y. Can I just put water in mine? Is there
Yeah.
melty in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna put my traditional ice cube in my skull.
Sorry. I don't think
It's
it.
not gonna fit.
Oh, there you go. I think it's. I better do an ice cube too, huh? Since that's the way we normally do it.
Hey, do what you do.
Do what I
Ladies
do.
like-
I'm
yeah.
gonna do something. I'm just gonna do a dab of water. Oh, maybe a little more.
No, it's gonna flood.
I think that might change it up.
Okay.
All right, so as you want to take a bite off yours after with the first ice cube in there.
Let us sit for a minute.
Let's sit for a minute. All right, so what else can we learn about Hillrock here? And they smoke their malt before they put it in the
And you know what they smoke it with?
peat.
Yes, peat. And so like
Which- I thought it was gonna when I read that or saw that, I thought it was gonna have that scotchy peat flavor.
Oh, yeah. Nope.
It doesn't at all.
No, I
There's
don't-
zero peat to it.
I don't like get a smoky peat. I'm gonna try new.
Oh, okay. I'm into.
You ready?
Yep. The smell, the nose didn't change much. A little more fruity,
Oh wow.
calmer. I got more
Oh,
alcohol in that one.
see, I got a whole like almost
Oh, maybe
a
not.
punch of flavor.
It was different. It's significantly
I got-
different.
I don't know if it's because it came down that alcohol that I got more spices and, like I said, the floral, like fruity accent.
It is fruity, but I don't know which fruits. Maybe
Yeah, no,
like
it's not apple. I don't taste-
It's not apple. It's
Nope.
not apple. It's like a light butterscotch / honey, maybe. Like honeysuckle. It's floral. It's florally. It's floral and sweet, like almost like a honey. Like it reminds me of smelling a honeysuckle. But if you could smell your taste, that makes sense. If you could taste your smell, it'd be almost honeysuckly. I think. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I
know about
I can't.
I don't know about that.
I can't place the taste. It's not appley. There's
No,
definitely
it's not
grain.
appley.
It's grainy.
Well, like I said, I really expected more of the rye to come through, and I don't. It's like there's just enough spice to kind of just to give a little kick.
I think I smell a rye. Like I smell the spice, but I don't taste it.
No,
But maybe that's where the fruity notes of like cinnamon almost or nutmeg.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not gonna have any luck. I gotta chill.
Well, and like so like I think we talked about with Whiskey Acres that what was important is the
Oh, the farm to table kind of thing, right?
well
Is that where
field to
you're going?
glass. Yeah.
Field to glass.
So grain to glass, but they actually trademarked field to glass. That's their own.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did. So field to
That's-
glass is theirs,
That's good on them.
right?
Yeah.
So you have grain to glass, field to, so field to glass is, that's their thing. And like you said, they have 850 acres where they grow all their own grains on the Hillrock estate,
It's a lot of acres, Bubba.
but they don't grow corn. Barley,
Oh, they source
rye,
their corn?
yeah, locally. It's all local
Yeah.
sourced. But they mill it, and obviously they floor ferment it.
Mm-hmm.
Their process, when they have their mash tuns, so when they cut it, right?
Yeah.
Like so Dave Pickerell, when he cuts it, there's three different you have the heads, the hearts, and the tails. I think
Yep.
we talked about that before,
Yep.
right?
I think so, yeah.
But the other thing with the head, the heart, and tail, that's what makes it different. Is that distillers, and that's what kind of puts each distillery on its.
That's what
their own-
separates
it
the distilleries almost?
Because you can put a little bit of the head, a little bit of the heart, of the tail in with the heart to get your own flavor.
I love a little bit of head. I love a little bit of tail, too. Other whiskey.
If you chase after that with a whole lot of heart.
I do.
100%.
I mean, that's just the way. I'm just talking whiskey here, pal.
Of course. That's what I thought too. 100%.
That should be in the video. So what kind of? So they got Solera aged bourbon,
Yes.
single malt whiskey,
Yes.
and the double cask rye whiskey.
Yes.
And you
Yeah.
dove deep and actually got to talk to a Hillrock
Yes.
representative.
So Omar Mendez, shout out to
Shout
you.
out.
Appreciate
Cheers,
it.
Omar.
Getting back to me and found out, gave me a whole bunch of information. Something like the rewards,
Which
telling
they have
about
a
the process.
crap ton of awards.
They do.
Like high, like not
Yes.
like.
Well, basically, almost every time they go to competition,
Yeah.
they come home, like one of theirs will come home with something. So, like you said, either the Solera aged or the single malt, or their double rye. So now, I want to go pick up a couple more bottles. Like I said, so
So
stack
you
them
get
on
the
the
book.
shelves.
Yeah, the bookshelf,
bookshelf.
effect.
How about this? You know that it just came out in January. Motorhead,
Motorhead.
Hillrock, Ace of Spades. It's the 40-year anniversary of Ace of Spades. So
Wait a second.
yes,
Is Mr. Investment Banker Jeffrey
a headbanger.
a headbanger? Is he
Must be.
secretly a Motorhead?
Oh, who isn't? Well, there are a few, but
There's
you
a lot
are.
that I like. Ace of Spades is a terrible song, but I like Motorhead.
Wow, let me strike him down.
I love you, but like Ace of Spades is a
Oh, I love
terrible
Ace of
song.
Spades.
It's just, I mean, Motorhead's good, but Ace of Spades is not a good. The Ace of Spades. No, terrible.
Lemmy.
That was my Lemmy.
That's Lemmy.
That was a terrible Lemmy impression.
That was, but it's still awesome. No, so
It's nostalgic. It's,
January
sorry.
came out. It's still out there. So it's just
How do you find that?
go online, and just type in Hillrock Ace of Spades or Hillrock Motorhead.
It's such a strange thing for them to be.
Well,
whatever.
Well, I
To
found
each
that
their
out.
own.
Anthrax also has a Hillrock.
Really?
Yes.
Jeffrey has to be an inside
Metalhead?
metalhead. Has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be.
I'm not. I don't like metal at all.
No,
No, not at all.
You're more Michael Bublé and Bruno Mars.
Yes, totally. All right.
And whatever the WAP lady is. That's your favorite jam, dude.
Totally my
I
jam.
heard it. I heard you jamming to it on the way here. If you can tell, we changed locations just, to try out other spots. Dan, nothing against you. Love your spot. Look
Right.
at this.
Yeah, so we're on the other side of the river this
Other
time.
side of the river.
Other side of the river.
Which we don't do. We don't cross the ditch normally.
we did today.
But we did today to
I mean,
bring
but,
you guys a
come on,
special
this
view.
is a great view.
It's hot as balls out here.
I'm good.
Yeah, he's in the shade. Put the fat guy in the sun. Help me lose a little bit. Yep.
So anything else? So like, we need a final taste. You got a full melt? Well,
Final taste.
I got a full melt.
I put ice in or water in mine.
All right.
So final. This is. It's complex. I still can't nail the taste. That was super caramely. And rye, caramel rye.
You tasted the rye in that one?
I did. It wasn't heavy, obviously. It's, what was it? Only 30-something% rye?
Oh yeah, 37%.
I can't stop smelling it. It smells fantastic.
No?
This is one of the better smelling bourbons we've had.
Okay, so now we have done the full gamut, right?
Yep.
So, rating.
Rating.
Where would you rate this?
Um,
Okay, well first before you rate it, so what do you think with? Would you add water to it?
I
Straight
think
up,
I
add water?
don't think you need to, but I think it's necessary because that's when most of the flavor comes out.
It does. I mean, I felt almost a flavor punch
Yeah.
after adding just one ice cube.
It's very good without,
It is.
but it makes it like most. It makes it better with the splat. I don't know if I'd add a full ice cube, but I like my water, just a spit of water.
Just a spit. Well, see, and for some reason I like my whiskey chilled. I enjoy that.
I think I should have another one with ice. But at
Yeah.
what, $90 a bottle?
Yes.
Average?
Yep. So right about $90 a bottle.
Yeah.
Motorhead whiskey is going to cost you $175.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Lemmy's not even around anymore, dude. What's the money going to?
There's still band members. Come on, man.
What did you say?
175.
175. Record sales
But now
must be
that's obviously single barrel.
Internet ruined everything.
Single barrel.
Oh, it's a single barrel. Though.
Yes. Single
Okay.
barrel, and it's should
You
be
gave
totally
me the
different.
disappointed dad look when I said record sales must be down.
Motorhead.
So I I really like the bottle. The bottle's really cool, and it's heavy. It's got some depth to it.
No, like I said, the bottle, it's a bottle design. I put it up there with, Horse Soldier.
Yeah, it's really
I
cool.
love the the attention to detail.
Yep.
They said you have the the engraving on the back or the embossed glass on the back. It's
It's a good bottle. The color's
Yes.
fantastic. The nose it's a good nose on it. It's the taste complex. It got me. I honestly don't know, like, not that we're super well versed on the nosing
Right.
or tasting.
no,
but
like you said, we still had said I can't taste all the I can't even put into words some of the nosing that I had.
it's
But you said it
complex.
was
It's good.
fruit
I like
accents. I could taste the a little bit of a spice. But I mean, I don't know if the fruitiness is that. I think that's from the sherry cask.
it. It has to be, right? So I guess
right.
I'd give this. Personally, I don't think it needs to be $90 a bottle. So I think
Okay.
that's gonna drive down the price or drive down the rating for me a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
7.
Yeah, 7.5. I'll go 7.5.
I would
I think
go.
I think it maybe is a little overpriced. I think I've had better bourbons at $40.
Really?
Yeah, like Chattanooga, I think is a little better than this at $40. I'm not saying, by no means am I saying this is bad. It's very
Right.
good, but I don't know if I'd pay $90 for it.
See, I would. I would give it 8.5.
Oh wow, that's up there.
Yeah.
I think that might be the
enjoyed it.
highest score you've ever done.
Nope. The highest is a 9, and that's what I gave to Joseph Magna Cigar Blend.
Oh yeah, that's top shelf stuff. Like, not that this
But,
is, but
now it's funny because I've had that cigar blend since then,
Mhm.
and I have it on its own, and is better with the cigar. And just, I mean, it's hot. It's a
is
hot it's a hot bourbon.
I'm pretty sure during that video I was pretty well off to begin with. Anyway, this is Whiskey in a Hammock. I'm Eric.
I'm Chris.
And remember to go on whiskeyindahammock.com. You can go on Whiskey in a Hammock on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Check out the YouTube page.
Yep.
Remember to hit like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you would, please. Make sure you comment, good or bad. We take it all. We take criticisms. And that's kind of the whole purpose of why Whiskey in a Hammock started, is because we wanted to learn from you guys,
Right.
as well as you guys learning from us.
And just a point on that, somebody commented on our glass review and said that maybe the Glencairns aren't the best for a not this, but a higher proof. Like
Really?
Yeah, because you get too much of the alcohol.
Oh, good.
So that maybe the Glencairns aren't the best for higher proof bourbons.
Oh, right. All right. Well, that makes sense, though.
Yeah, so you don't get punched in the face with that.
So we're learning. So
Right.
thank you for the comment.
Yep.
And make sure you comment, because honestly, that's how we learn. We're learning how to do
well,
all this.
that's how we learned, and hopefully we help other people learn.
Yeah. So go to Whiskey in a Hammock or Facebook. Go to our store. You can get T-shirts,
Yep.
glasses, bandanas, flip-flops, coasters. Kind of run the gamut.
Yep.
So, from everybody here at Whiskey in a Hammock, Chris and I and the crew, thank you so much for the love and support. And we have kind of a big unboxing coming up here pretty quick.
We got an unboxing coming up, and also we have a barrel pick coming up.
And a barrel pick, that's right.
Right,
How did I
so-
forget about the barrel pick?
Well, that's the thing. So, like you said, on our website, become part of the Whiskey Crew. And if you're really, interested, like you said, DM us, and we have a barrel pick, and we have some bottles coming up. So
Yeah.
that'd be
So you might be able to get a bottle.
right. But Whiskey Crew members first.
Whiskey Crew members first.
All right.
Whiskey Crew members, we love you. Everybody else, you're all right. No, I'm just kidding. Cheers,
Cheers.
y'all.
Whiskey,
I'm very confused by this.
whiskey in a hammock.
I don't really think it's good.